You ready?
Yep. All right.
Welcome to another episode of Drawn to Whitetails. I'm Josh Yancey. This is Drew Ramage. Today, me and Drew been out here just kind of practicing and getting our bows tuned in. Season comes in less than a week, so we've been shooting broadheads. Just make sure everything's good and ready to go. But on this week's show, we're going to talk about some of the bucks we're after. We got a hit list that we're going to show you. And then on the second half of the show, what do we got, Drew?
We got Dale Wilson. He had sent me some footage the other day of on his covert camera, a video that he had. And these bucks, when they came into that set where he had his little trail camera sight, man, they scent checked that area, and it made me realize how much more precautions I need to take when I go start checking my cameras with trying to control my scent. So Dale's going to touch on that, kind of what he does, and maybe some suggestions y'all can pick up on to use, because I didn't realize, man, they came in there, they were sniffing, and that's their number one defense right there, is their nose. So
yeah, and that's a good tip, because if you're hunting mature bucks, you got to be careful in everything you do, because one of our pro staff, Paul, said it best. If you're going to hunt mature deer, the best way to kill one for him not know you're hunting him.
yeah.
So anyway, that sounds good. So
yeah, that's what we're going to do for the second half, and hope you enjoy this week's show.
Thanks for watching.
So to add to and review what I was speaking of before on the game cameras, on the scent control, placement, and use of the game cameras, the reminder is to clean your boots with baking soda before use. Spray them down with a scent suppressant. Always wear your rubber boots into the stand, into the camera location. Wipe the camera down before use if it's new, or if you've handled it with your hands with a scent suppressant wipe. Wear gloves when all possible while handling your camera. Just enter the area when the wind's correct. If there's bedding areas nearby, you don't want to enter when the wind's carrying your scent to the deer to alarm them there. Check the wind. Get an app on your phone if you have one. There's several apps you can get to check the wind. Enter your location in that app, and you can check the wind to see how it is anytime during the day or night. And one thing is, don't leave old batteries you pull out of your camera in the woods. Carry them out with you and dispose of them properly. Use a good quality SD card, because that makes you have better video and still pictures. Be sure and use fresh batteries. Keep your batteries fresh, because when they start getting real low, you'll get to lose quality on your media. Camera placement, place it where the sun's not shining directly into the lens in the morning or afternoons, because that would distort the picture quality. And remove any vegetation that the wind can be blowing around and cause a false triggering, weeds or tree limbs hanging close enough to get in front of it when the wind blows. And when you're entering and exiting your area, be careful and not brush against vegetation with your body. Touch it with your hands. If you must touch something and move a limb or something, get you a stick before you go in and just move it out of the way with that stick. And carry that stick with you all the way back to your truck or wherever and dispose of it. Just don't touch, because a deer, you know, you've seen when you're hunting, when the deer comes in the area and they think they suspect something, the first thing they do is they go to sniffing everything. Vegetation, the ground, looking, sniffing here and there. And these mature bucks and these old does, when they come into an area like where you might have your camera, they are going to check everything with their nose. Their nose is #1 defense. They have great eyesight, great hearing, but their nose is their #1 defense. And if they associate, they've seen enough game cameras and they've smelled enough human scent on them, you can believe when they see a game camera, they're going to check it for scent. If it's a mature buck and he smells it, he will not be back in front of that camera, I guarantee you. So keep that scent down, and check your cameras while you're hunting during hunting season, only when you're entering and exiting your stand. Don't make any special trips to check it. Just check it then. And if all possible, you can check it from your truck. You know, during the day when the deer is not there, you need to enter and check the camera when the deer is not in the area, if possible, middle of the day or whenever. And check it from your ATV or your truck. I mean, act like you're just a logger or whatever going in there and make noise, or you know, whatever. When I'm like mowing some of my spots is when I'll check them, because I'm in there and I'm making all kinds of noise and I'm not like a hunter. I just believe when you sneak into the area, if they sense you're sneaking and they see you or anything, I just think you put off a different vibe or scent or whatever when you're sneaking like a predator than you do if you just go in nonchalant, drive your truck in there or whatever, you know, like you don't care. And whether you make a noise or not. So that's just some tips we can give you on putting your camera out and keeping the scent down. But thank you again for watching Drawing the Whitetails, and we'll see you next time. And remember, the season never ends.
Well, thanks for watching this week's show. Next week we got bow season on us. It'll be September 5th this Saturday. Today is Sunday. No, not October.
No, we wish.
August. We wish it was October. This is August 30th, correct? Mm-hmm. So next week's show, hopefully, we'll have some hunting on the show. It's going to be hot.
It's going to be hot and humid, but hey,
yeah.
If you want to get one of these early bucks in the early season, if they're patternable, you better go ahead and climb in a tree while you can.
So we're just busy trying to figure out if we got a deer that we can hunt to see if these bucks are doing the same thing. And the good thing is, a lot of times this time of year they are doing the same thing. So. Yep. Hopefully we'll have some footage for you next week on that, but anyway, stick with us and we thank you for watching, and remember, the season never ends.